Why is it so important for everyone to have the vaccine? Why? We know it doesn't work. It doesn't prevent you getting the virus. We're told we need an extra shot. And they keep saying the virus is getting worse and worse. So why is it so important? You know what I think? I think they've beaten me to it. The government has beaten me to a thought that was plaguing my mind for years. I always thought they could make enough money if they only charged you for the breaths that you took. A percentage of a penny for every breath that you take. Imagine how much money they will make off you in your lifetime. And more so, imagine the population actually cutting itself down. Because those who don't want to pay the money, they're that clever, you know. They won't want to pay the money because they're so clever. What they'll do is stop breathing and die. Hello and welcome. If you haven't seen me before, I'm Brother Joseph, the creator of God in Black and White, the podcast. Actually, this isn't me. It's my hologram. I've been in bed for the last 2 hours. What am I here for? I want to have a good old moan about the vaccine. Look what's happening at the moment. Everyone's offering incentive. They're all offering incentives for youngsters to have the vaccine. Crazy, huh? Why the need for it? We all know it doesn't work. They say over and over again, you might need another jab, therefore it doesn't work. Does it prevent you getting the virus? No. Then why are you taking it? It helps you to fight the virus. It also kills off your natural antibodies. If they're not being used, they'll become dormant. Eventually, you'll need to depend on that. You need to depend on that vaccine. And when they say to you, okay, in 18 months' time, you need to get an upgrade on this vaccine, what do? You're going to take it because they're going to say, look, what it's actually doing, we thought it was actually saving your life, but it's actually endangering you as well. It was a mistake. After all, we made it in a very quick time frame. We made it in a very short space of time. So therefore, you must expect some kind of, comeback from that. You must expect that we'll make some mistakes, These things happen. But in 18 months' time, you're going to be required to take another shot or two. And you think, okay, why do I need to do this? Because if you don't do it, you will die. Now that's sunk in, okay. The next time you get a top-up, they dump some more refuge into your blood cells. Some tracing stuff, some kind of crap that makes them keep a check on you. Or just generally run your life for you without you even knowing it. And the next jab, well then you now have to buy this thing. You're not going to keep getting it for free. You need it. If you don't get it, you will die. So, because your antibodies, they're not working, you need this artificial nonsense to keep you going. If it stops working efficiently, you can die. So, you need to take it every couple of years. Now they charge you for it. And you've got to pay it, because if you don't pay it, you may die. It may be a lie, but then you may die. You don't want that now, do you? So you pay for the jab. Then there's the other thing. Because those who don't want to pay for the jab, they will die anyway. Because, let's face it, they're going to be bombarded with heavy radio frequency. That's it. It came out in the end. They're going to be bombarded with heavy radio frequency, and it'll probably bump them off anyway. Because I actually think that this vaccine helps to fight the problem of radio frequency in excess on your body. It's not totally useless, but it does greater damage to you than the good that we are told it does. There will also come a time when your children will be jabbed at birth. You probably won't even know it's happening, but they will be jabbed at birth. Or shall I say, tagged at birth. All these pleasant things are on the way, and there's no escaping them because they all involve what? Money. You can never beat money. As long as that's involved, you have a problem on your hands. You know? The things that, you know, in America, there are states in America that gives you a spliff if you go to be vaccinated. By that I mean marijuana, for those who don't know the jargon. They'll actually give you a rolled joint, ready rolled joint of the best quality stuff if you get the jab. Imagine a whole state all wandering around high. What a place. What a thing. A lot of people smoke, you know. A lot of people smoke. You might not believe this, but there's a lot of it goes on in the Vatican. Imagine this, which you wouldn't believe, but imagine this. There's a change in the pontiff. And everyone's waiting to know who will be taking over. How do they let you know? White smoke comes out the chimney. The white smoke tells you that the choices have been made, or the choice has been made. And everyone goes, we have a new pope. And you go inside where they're doing this voting. And when you open the door, you cannot see for the smoke. The place is thick with white smoke. And here and there, you see a light flickering, a light flickering. Everyone's got a massive spliff, well high. And all they do when they make the decision is to allow the smoke out the chimney. Everyone's having a heck of a time. Outside, everyone's on their knees. Oh, we have a new pope. You don't know what goes on in this world. It sounds ridiculous, but you have no idea what goes on in this world. Most people have no idea what goes on in the world. They all think that what they're told is always the truth. And the fact is, lies run this place, not the truth. Lies. They speak of conspiracy theories. If you say something against the government, you are a conspiracy theorist. Now, these are people who don't realize that unless governments conspire, they will never survive. They survive through conspiracy. No one knows what they're doing, so no one can prevent them doing it. So there's no such thing as a conspiracy theorist. A man who says the government is conspiring is more than likely right. Trust me on that. Now, getting back to this incentive thing for taking the vaccine. By the way, I have said before now that the black countries in particular are forcing their people to take it. Well, they're having a hard time doing it, you know, because we're a stubborn lot. We're not foolish either. We're a stubborn lot. We're very observant. And so as a consequence of that, there's a lot of trouble occurring around this. People don't want to be poisoned or forced to be poisoned. They just won't have it. Maybe a lot of people are remembering Auschwitz. and the Nazis, you walk this way. Get on the train. Bring your clothes with you. We're taking you to a holiday camp. That kind of nonsense. You've been called to your own destiny. The destiny you know nothing about. And there's lines of people marching towards this destiny. 2 meters apart, of course. But then, we've got to do this thing. There's a virus, don't you know? Everybody with masks on. In fact, I'm going to start selling fresh air. I'm going to start selling air cylinders with masks people can walk around with. Now you are truly protected from the virus. Nothing can touch you. You're not even breathing the same air as everyone else. And my air will be special because it will be Caribbean air. Can you smell the sea breeze? Can you see the coconuts in your mind? The palm trees? Smell the rum? Yes, this is Caribbean air. And I'll even sell you it at a discount. Why not? Everybody's offering incentives. I want to offer an incentive too. Because everyone else is offering an incentive, I want to offer God's incentive. This is God's incentive. If you do not take the vaccine, I will give you eternal life. What more can you ask? Eternal life. They can never top that. You're a bank robber? Go ahead and do it. Nothing will happen to you. You live forever anyway. Time in jail? No problem. You'll live forever anyway. You'll outlive the jailers. Outlive the judges. Don't worry about it. They can't give you a life sentence because you live forever. What's a life sentence? How many of them are going to be around to make sure I deal with that life sentence? I am offering you eternal life. You won't die tomorrow. You won't die next year. You'll probably live to be about 150. That's all I'm giving you for eternal life. Or did you expect more? But let's see as the top that one. Let's see anybody top that one. They're giving all kinds of incentive. A friend of mine said the other day, he said, a chap just arrived here from JA, and he said, I went to get a spliff off the chap because I heard he had good spliff. And he said, I went up to his door and I knocked his door, and he came to the door and he said, yo, you just come the right time, Dread. I have the best thing in this country, and one thing I have that nobody else have is my weed is legal. My mate said, legal? You're shouting your head off about you selling weed on the streets, your neighbors are, just taking all this in, and you're telling me it's legal, and you're making yourself as illegal as you can be? He said, no, man. This herb's legal. Step into my parlor, man. Step in. Goes in. My mate says, how can you be selling legal weed? He said, I know the government bring that here. It's the government that transport this, brethren. 25 key of the best Jamaican herbs. The government that make me legal. Nobody can touch me. Nobody can touch the eye. So how do you manage to get it illegal, man? How do you manage to get that? Because he thinks, well, this guy thinks I'm not telling me this foolishness. He says, how do you manage to get that done? I said, so them no want I to get vaccine. They want I to take the job. So them give it to me so I can take the job. Beat that. Be careful. When you put or allow others to put foreign bodies into your body, you're asking for trouble. And you might just get it. Now, if you're still here, especially after the first video I did, if you're still here, if you're back here, you must like punishment, or you like what you hear and you like what you see. So don't waste your time. Subscribe. Press the like button. Hit the bell. And share. Let's all have something to laugh about. Do you see? I've been accused of being a deadbeat, but I do have a sense of humor. The Father has a sense of humor, you know. He expects you to laugh.
Are you enjoying this video? Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.